Hi, my name is Kanika, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use SQL commands in Access. This is going to help us change, update, edit, and manipulate records within a database. So here we have an animal and pets database, and within it we have two tables created already, the animal table and the patron table. Just to overview, within the animal table you have the animal ID, the name of the animal and age, the gender, type of animal it is with a short description, the date it arrived at the facility, and the day it was adopted, and whether or not it was adopted, and the number of the patron ID of the person who adopted the animal. Within the patron table, we have the patron ID that we saw in the animal table, the title of the person, first and last name, and their phone number. So the first thing we're going to try and do today is create a new table using SQL commands. So we go to the Create tab, we click on Query Design, and then we click on Data Definition. And we are going to create a donation table. Within it, we'll have a donation ID, which will be an integer with no null values and all unique. We'll have the patron ID, also an integer with no null values. We'll have the donation date, and finally we'll have the donation value. We'll specify our primary key as donation ID. And then we should be able to run that and save the query as create donation table. And we can open this up and we have our donation table all set. So the next thing I'm going to do is show you how to insert information into this donation table. So what we're going to do is going to type insert into donation, and the values that we're going to insert while looking at the table, we're going to need the donation ID, the patron ID, the date, and the donation amount. And this means that we're about to add that one row, and we are, so we hit yes, and then we reopen the donation table and we see that's been inserted. So we save this query, and just for the sake of time, I am going to copy the rest of the values of the donation table manually, like so. The next thing I'm going to show you to do is how to create a query that basically puts a table and all of its entries within it. So for example, if I type select and star, that selects all of the entries, and then I specify from the animal table and run that, I automatically get the animal table within this query. So I'm going to save that. But what if I want to get a little more specific and only select certain values from the animal table? What I'll do is specify my select search. So that is, I will select animal ID, animal name, and say animal age from the animal table, and then run that. And now I have exactly in this query all of the fields and columns that I want to see. I'm also going to show you how you can update a field using SQL commands. So say in the animal table, I want to change Missy's age to 8 now, because that's how old she is. So I will go and I will type update animal age is equal to 8, where animal ID is equal to 823. And then run that. Let's just say update the animal table and set the animal age. And then we click yes. And the animal age has been set to 8 now. So we can save that query. Now say we want to make a table using a query that chooses certain options from the animal table, but all of them have to be under the female gender. So we're going to make a specific select query using SQL commands. Say we want to select animal ID, animal name, animal age, and animal type from table animal, where animal age equals, oh, nope, we're doing animal gender equals female. And then run that. Oh. And there we go. Now we have a specific table where all of these entities all are female animals. So we're going to save this as select female from animal. And now I'm going to show you how to use the logical OR in SQL. Say we want to choose a couple of the options for the animal table where the animal age is either 3 or 8. What we're going to do is create a query. And select maybe the animal name, animal gender, and animal type from animal, where animal age is equal to 3 or animal age is equal to 8. We're going to run that. And there's our list of all of the animal names, genders, and types of animals that are either 3 or 8 years old. And that's called the logical OR. Now the Boolean function works similarly. Say we wanted to choose a couple of the columns from the animal table. That were any animal but a cat. So what we would do is we would say where not animal type equal to cat, and run that. And these are all the names and age and genders of animals that are not cats. Say we wanted to, instead of choosing all the animals that were either 3 or 8 years old, wanted to choose all the animals that were between the ages of 3 and 8 years old. We would type the between function. So we would say between 3 and 8. Ooh. The numbers should have quotation marks around them. And then we can run that, and we get our between function. The final function I'm going to show you today that you can use SQL commands to change a record in Access would the like function. This like function acts as almost a pattern search. Now say in the animal table we wanted to select all records for any animal description that matched a beagle mix. So what we would say was where animal description is like a beagle mix. And we run that, and all of the beagle mix options come up. So these are just a few one can run using SQL in Access, and it's basically a learning method so that one can use these commands in a more advanced way on SQL softwares. But it's a good way to learn how the basic coding works and to be able to see results immediately using something that one understands, such as an Access database and their records. Thank you for listening.